Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley left no stone unturned in firing a major shot at Dominik Mysterio. The two used to be on-screen partners. In the summer of 2022, Dom shocked the WWE universe by turning on his father, Rey Mysterio, and aligning himself with the Judgment Day. Over the next 2 years, the young Mysterio portrayed the Dirty Dom gimmick alongside his on-screen girlfriend Ripley, who declared herself his mommy. However, the relationship between the Latino Chief and the Eradicator ended at SummerSlam 2024. Dominik Mysterio betrayed Ripley by kissing Liv Morgan after the latter retained her Women's World Championship at the biggest party of the summer. Recently, Rhea Ripley and Grayson Waller visited Australia to announce that Crown Jewel 2025 will be held in Perth in October, and also performed media duties for the company. During an interview with Jacob Waddell of the West Sports, the two stars played the word association game. When Mommy was asked about Dominik Mysterio, the first thing that came to her mind was the Eradicator faced Bianca Belair and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. However, Rhea Ripley failed to defeat her opponents as the Genius of the Sky retained her title. In an episode of The Stevie Richards Show, the former WWE star heavily praised the triple threat match featuring Ripley, Belair, and Sky. Richards predicted a singles feud between Mommy and the EST, leading up to SummerSlam, suggesting the winner could potentially challenge the damaged CTRL member for the Women's World title. Akash Dakai is a WWE news writer for Sportskeeda. From wallpapers on electronic devices to ringtones and alarms, WWE runs in the blood of Akash Dakai, giving him an ascendancy of knowledge about this sport. Since he was 3 years old, John Cena and The Undertaker mesmerized Akash's soul, allowing him to follow his never-give-up attitude. From the Champ's Royal Rumble 2008 surprise entrance to his TLC match against Wade Barrett to busting open Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules to emotionally breaking down at WrestleMania 28 after losing the match against The Rock, Dakai breathes WWE. He has an experience in professional wrestling as a news writer, having over 514 live articles on the internet. Besides his love for WWE, Dakai is also a comedy writer and has occasionally performed as a stand-up comedian. The WWE Universe was left stunned on Monday Night Raw when Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator and former Women's World Champion, stepped into the center of the ring and delivered one of her most scathing promos yet. This time not aimed at an opponent in the ring, but at her longtime ally, Dominik Mysterio. What began as subtle tension over the last few weeks has now exploded into full-blown animosity. And if her words are anything to go by, Rhea Ripley is done playing second to anyone, especially someone she once protected like family. It all started when Dominik Mysterio, better known as Dirty Dom, cost Rhea Ripley a title opportunity at Backlash. A botched distraction, meant to help Rhea, resulted in chaos, and a loss that sent shockwaves through the Judgment Day. While Finn Balor and Damian Priest tried to smooth things over backstage, Rhea walked off without a word. Until now. This Monday, with her signature glare and a microphone in hand, Rhea entered the ring to a mixed reaction. The crowd could sense something was about to erupt. She paced for a moment, letting the anticipation build. Then, she finally spoke. "You know what hurts more than losing a match?" she began, her voice cold. "It's losing because someone you trusted, someone you carried, couldn't get the job done." The crowd buzzed, and the camera panned backstage where Dominik watched the monitor with wide eyes. "Dominik, Dirty Dom, let's get one thing straight. You didn't make me. I made you. Without me, you were Rey Mysterio's soft little son, hiding behind your father's shadow. The same father you betrayed like a coward. But with me, you became something. You became dangerous. But now you're just dead weight." Ripley's monologue didn't stop there. She pulled no punches as she revisited their journey from when she first took Dominik under her wing. "I stood by you when the crowd booed. I shielded you when you trembled in the ring. Every time you got in over your head, I was the one who stepped in. Not Priest. Not Blore. Me. I broke people for you, Dom. Her voice lowered, but the intensity didn't. And now I look at you, and I see weakness. Ouch! Backstage, cameras followed Dominik as he rushed through the curtain, clearly upset. As his music hit, the arena erupted in boos. Dominik grabbed a mic, trying to salvage the moment. Rhea, you don't understand. But before he could finish, Rhea raised a hand, cutting him off. No, you don't understand. I put my career on the line for this group. For you. And what do I get in return? Embarrassment. You couldn't even stay focused for one night. I'm not here to babysit anymore. I'm not here to carry you. I'm not your mommy, if you can't even hold your own. The crowd gasped. Was this the end of Mommy and Dom? Despite the fire in her words, Rhea's voice cracked ever so slightly at the end. This wasn't just anger. It was betrayal. It was disappointment. Fans watching could see the deeper emotion behind her glare. For all the dominance and brutality she's shown, Ripley's bond with Dominik had always felt oddly human. They were a chaotic duo, equal parts bizarre and effective. But even chaos has its limits. With the faction already strained, Blore and Priest constantly testing the boundaries of leadership, Rhea's fallout with Dominik could be the final crack in the foundation. You want to prove yourself, Dom? She said, stepping closer, nose to nose. Then prove it. Next week, you go one-on-one with whoever I choose. No help. No excuses. Let's see if you've actually learned anything. Or if I wasted my time. Rhea dropped the mic and walked off, her music hitting as Dominik stood alone in the ring, stunned. The WWE universe lit up online. Twitter and Instagram flooded with clips of the segment, with fans split between those siding with Rhea's brutal honesty and those who felt she went too far. #Minimore trended alongside #Dirtedumdrama as speculation mounted. Would Dominik fight back? Would the Judgment Day fracture entirely? Or was this tough love a hard push meant to force Dominik to evolve? Backstage sources teased that Triple H was fully behind the segment, calling it a turning point for both characters and the faction. One insider even hinted that this storyline could lead to a long-awaited face turn for Ripley, or perhaps the opposite, a darker, even more unhinged version of the Eradicator. If Rhea chooses Dominik's opponent for next week, it could be anyone. Bronson Reed? Shinsuke Nakamura? Even her former rival Liv Morgan? Whoever it is, the message is clear. Rhea wants to see if Dominik can survive without her handholding. More importantly, she needs to see it for her own pride, her legacy, and maybe even her heart. Because behind every cold line she spat, it wasn't just venom. It was heartbreak masked as rage. This isn't just a rift in a faction. It's a character evolution in real time. Rhea Ripley's attack on Dominik Mysterio wasn't just a shot, it was a declaration. A reminder that she doesn't need anyone to define her, not even someone she once called her Dom. And for Dominik, the question now looms. Can he rise without Rhea? Or will the shadow of her legacy crush him before he can escape it? One thing's for sure, Monday nights just got a whole lot more personal. Would you like this as a promo script, segment outline, or with dialogue expanded like a WWE scene?